Hey everyone, Knowledge here with Reach Your Summit, here with another video for you on some gear that I'm going to be bringing with me on this year's Allegheny 100 Challenge. Those items that I'm going to go over with you today are all contained inside of my Light AF Dyneema composite fabric Ditty bag. Along with those items, I'd also like to mention that I'm going to be using the Black Diamond Carbon Z poles. Had these for a few years now, over 1,900 miles. If you check my other Allegheny 100 gear videos, you'll see that I mention using these for those challenges too. These are made out of carbon fiber with foam grips. They're nice and lightweight and they work really well. I've used them to set up my tents in the past, and it's also really nice to set up porch mode with the hammock. These have been awesome. They give me great pack support, good stability when I'm hiking. They help me keep my pace, and it takes some of the stress off of my joints, my knees, and my ankles when I am hiking in really rocky terrain. So I'll be using these again this year for the Allegheny 100. They helped a lot last year with all of the mud that we went through. It definitely made it a little bit easier to travel through those types of conditions. All right, so inside of my Ditty bag, I have some small essentials, like a multi-tool and a lighter, which I'll show you in just a minute. I also have a first aid kit, a gear repair kit, a foot care kit, some hygiene items, and some first aid items. Whenever I'm out on a backpacking trip or a challenge like this one, I like to be able to take care of myself. I like to be self-sufficient. So it may look like a little bit much to some of you, but I like to be able to address situations if they come up without getting too crazy and carrying everything with the kitchen sink. This will help me cover all of my bases with the items that I'm going to be using for this challenge, and any type of minor situation should something like that happen while I'm out there. There's not great cell service, and this is an unsupported event, so I don't want to rely on other hikers. That's not fair to them. It's not fair to the resources that are out surrounding the national forest to come out and help me. I will only use that resource should I absolutely need it. In most cases, I will just take care of things on my own. All right, so here's everything that I will have inside of the Ditty bag. I will not have this, but this is the tripod that I'm filming with right now with my iPhone 11. I'll get into that in just a minute. So this Dyneema composite fabric stuff sack is going to be 2.2 liters, and it works really well. It keeps everything nice and secure and protected inside of my pack. So we'll start over to the right of the frame and we'll move toward the left to finish up. So inside of the Dyneema stuff sack, I do have a silica gel packet, and this is going to help absorb any moisture that might get inside of the stuff sack or inside of my pack and keep everything nice and protected. Then some of my medications. I have some electrolyte tablets in here, some Tylenol PM, some Picaridin, some Benadryl. I do have an additional couple of aqua tabs too. These are chlorine dioxide water treatment tablets should I need to use it. I'll get into what I'm going to be using for water treatment when I put that video up. So this is going to be my medications inside of a small Ziploc bag. Bathroom and hygiene. So in here I have some Charmin toilet paper squares and the Deuce of Spades Trowel. This thing works great, and it's nice and lightweight, very easy to pack inside of my Ziploc bag here. And then I also have separately some dehydrated baby wipes. So I just let these dry out, and I can rehydrate them with a little bit of water and use them as body wipes should I need to clean myself up a little bit. Last year, it helped a lot with all of the mud that we ran into. Hygiene is very important when you're out on the trail. You don't want to get any infections or have any issues to begin with. So I do my best to stay as clean as I can while I'm out there. Maybe it's a little bit of OCD too. That's what I've always done on through hikes and everything else. Well, it's just something that I personally like to do. Outside of my pack, I will have some hand sanitizer strapped to the shoulder strap. You'll see that in my Superior Wilderness Designs pack video I put up recently. This will be for interim cleaning, and then I will have the baby wipes to clean myself a little bit more efficiently should I need to. I'm only going to be out for a couple of days, so this and the baby wipes will be fine. Moving on over here, I have a toothbrush and a small amount of Burt's Bees toothpaste, travel toothpaste. I've been looking into using toothpaste tablets. I haven't personally used them yet. I have dehydrated toothpaste in the past, but for the small amount of weight savings, I like having the tube. I might switch to the tablets before this event and see how I like them. And then I have a super absorbent towel. This will be great for helping me wash if I need to. This is a light load towel, and it just expands when it gets wet, and it dries very quickly. So I can also use this to clean off any type of condensation that I might have on my hammock tarp, or anything else for that matter. I have a little bit of dental floss here. That can also be used as part of a emergency kit should I need it. Packed to stitch things up. And then I have a small amount of charcoal deodorant. This will help with preventing any type of chafing that I might get in my arms from sweating and hiking all day. I don't necessarily carry this for smelling good, although it does help a little bit. But the charcoal works really well at helping prevent bacteria, and this will definitely give me a little extra protection and help keep a little more comfort while I'm out on this challenge. All right, so let's get into the foot care now. So as a preventative measure, what I had in a video last year was that I carried these. These are slow cooker liner bags, and I'm going to use this as a vapor barrier liner should I need to. If I don't, then it's very lightweight and packable, and it'll just stay inside of the Ditty bag. But if it's very wet like it was last year, I can put these around my feet, put my wet socks around these, and then put my wet footwear on. And I will sweat in these. They're not going to breathe as well as a sock or anything else, even non-waterproof footwear. But this will protect my feet a little bit better than just hiking through with saturated socks and saturated footwear on. So this will be a preventative measure should I need to use it. Along with the slow cooker liner bags, I'm going to be alternating my socks halfway through the day, as I mentioned in my clothing video. And I do have a designated pair of sleep socks for this challenge. But along with that, I am also going to be carrying some anti-chafe balm. This is Body Glide, and this is going to absorb any sweat or moisture that I have on my skin at the end of each day. If I start to feel a hot spot, I'll stop and I'll put some of this on too. And this works really well. I've used this for years now, and it's always helped me out. It's very small, very lightweight, and it'll also give my skin a little bit of water repellency for the following day. So during the day, hot spots, I will stop and put some of this on. Before I go to bed, I will definitely put this on and let my feet recover and heal before I start to hike the next day. Along with the body glide and the other foot care, another thing that I will bring with me is a massage ball. This is by Rology, and it's just recycled wine corks. Before I put any of the balm or anything on my feet, I'll roll out any types of soreness or tightness or issues that I have in my feet with this ball before I finish up with the balm and put my socks on to go to sleep. This is essential for any through hike, in my opinion, having something like this. It doesn't have to be this specific brand, but just being able to roll out any soreness or any tight muscles that you might have helps a lot. I can also use this on my IT band if I need to, or any other area where I might be sore. And it's very lightweight. It weighs about an ounce or so. So it's not really noticeable in my pack. With hiking 30 to 40 mile days for the couple of days that I'm out for this challenge, this is going to help a lot. Moving away from foot care, for my skin care, I'm going to have some SPF30 Sunblock. This is UVA and UVB broad spectrum sunblock, all that I'll need. There's a good amount of tree cover out there in Allegheny National Forest, but I will still want to cover up those spots where there might be some exposure. And then I have some lip balm here. And for the insects, I'm going to be treating some of my gear, definitely my clothing, with permethrin. I cannot treat my pack or my hammock tarp with permethrin because Dyneema composite fabric doesn't really bond to the permethrin in my experience. That works great with nylon or sil poly, but not so much with Dyneema composite fabric. So I will treat my clothing with permethrin, but for my skin, any skin that's exposed, I'm going to use Picaridin lotion. I've been using Picaridin for quite a few years now. It's very effective, just as effective as 30% DEET, and as long-lasting as 30% DEET without the harmful chemicals. And I don't have to worry about this eating away at synthetic materials that I might have, like I would have to worry about with DEET products. So for this challenge, it was pretty buggy the last couple of years, but this worked really well, and the permethrin worked well with my gear that I had too. In here I have some roll gauze because I can improvise so many things while I'm out there, but I cannot improvise this. I can cut it into squares and that works great, but if I need a roll of this and I don't have it, it's going to be very difficult. So I have roll gauze. I have some Q-tips and some nitro gloves. I have some earplugs just in case I'm near somebody at this event that might be snoring. I've always carried earplugs with me on through hikes because you never know who you're going to bump into at the lean-to shelters or in the camp areas. And it's nice to have a small pair of earplugs so you can sleep comfortably. And then I have some triple antibiotic ointment, some bandages, and rock tape. This is going to be my blister tape. I know a lot of people like using gluco tape, and some people like using moleskin. I prefer the rock tape. It just works really well for me. I've never had any problems with it. I barely had to use it, but the times that I have, it's worked really well for me. So I'm going to be carrying the rock tape. In here I have my gear repair and some small emergency items. So I have a little bit of duct tape. I have a small toggle here. Because I'm using Dyneema composite fabric products, I have some Dyneema composite fabric tape here. I have some elastic bands. I have a small Vargo titanium whistle, some crazy glue. I have an additional gasket for my Sawyer squeeze, which I'll be using this year. And then I have a small, very small amount of tenacious tape for the things I have that are not Dyneema composite fabric. And if the bug net were to get ripped on my hammock, I do also have some mosquito netting that I can adhere and fix the bug net mesh for my hammock, should I need to. Then I have a lighter. I'm not going to be using a stove on this challenge, but if I need to start a fire, at least I'll still have a way to do that very quickly. A small Swiss Army Classic multi-tool. This has a small knife blade on it, which I've only ever really needed to cut cheese squares with it while I'm out. A file. It has a toothpick. Has a pair of tweezers for ticks if I do end up getting one on me still. Pair of scissors. And it has everything that I need. I've never needed anything more than this. This is nice and small, lightweight. I'm not looking to survive out there and get a squirrel for dinner or anything. This is going to help me address the minor situations that I might come across. So I've been very happy with this over the years, so I'm going to carry this with me for the challenge. Then I have my map and compass. This is the Suunto M3. I've been using this for years. It's never failed me yet. Cell service is great. GPS is great, but this is always going to get me out of a bind if I need it. And then the map I have is Allegheny National Forest map for the whole entire 100-mile section of the North Country Trail that this event will be taking place on. And I have notes, and it packs up nice and small. The trail is very well blazed, but I will always carry a map and compass with me, no matter where I am or how familiar I am with an area. You never know when you might need them. And then lastly, that brings me to the electronics that I'll have with me. So I'll be wearing the Suunto 3 watch. This is just a standard activity watch. It'll give me my steps, my calories burned. It does have the light on the back for the wrist-based heart rate. And it'll give me my mileage and everything that, I really need. I'm not trying to get too technical with it. And this watch has been great for me over the last year and a half, 2 years I've been using it now. My headlamp, I'll be using the BioLite Headlamp 200. I have a video of this headlamp. I've been using it on quite a few trips now, and I've been very happy with it. That video was a first look, but after having more and more use with it, I've been very happy with it. It's really comfortable, and I'm going with this over the Black Diamond Sprint, which I also did a first look video of. I've used that on a few trips, and it does seem to give a little more brightness, but this one is around the same weight, and it has the red LED, and if I am around any hikers at night, or I'm getting up really early in the morning to pack up and keep hiking, I don't want to bother anybody, and the red light is just giving a little more respect to the hikers around me, and it will help preserve my night vision a little bit more too. This is super comfortable, USB rechargeable, and it lasts a really long time. And this is 200 lumens. That's going to be plenty for the hiking that I'll be doing out there for this challenge. I'm not going to be hiking the entire night, just a few hours each night. I'm going to be also bringing the Garmin InReach Mini with me. I've used this on multiple trips now. On the Allegheny 100, I think it was last year or the year before, I used the Spot Gen 3, and the Spot Gen 3 works well too, but having the option of texting back and forth, this is beneficial to me, and just having that option, I can check in with loved ones back home. If anything did happen to me, I can still text back and forth and allow things to be more up to date than just having a preset message like I had with the Spot. Cell service is very, very spotty out there, so it was really nice to have some type of security. This isn't going to, protect me 100%. Nothing will. You have to be very cautious and smart about your travel while you're out. But this will give me a little more peace of mind while I'm out there. And it also gives the weather, so I can check the weather, and it works really well. I've never had any problems with it. And this is USB rechargeable too. To charge those devices, I'm going to have Anker Powercore. I have a couple of these. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to bring, this is the 10,000, if I'm going to bring the 10,000 or if I'm going to bring the 13,000 milliamp hour battery pack. I am going to be filming with an iPhone 11 that will have a slightly larger battery capacity than other phones that I've had in the past. So I will have a battery pack though. This will also charge the Garmin if I need to. It'll charge my headlamp. It'll also charge my watch. And I shouldn't need to charge the watch. And it'll also work with charging the phone and my tripod, which I'll show you in just a second. And I have just a lightning cord. This is the Anker cord. I find it to be a little more durable than the Apple cords for the iPhone. And I think this is the Type 3 that I got. And then this is my smaller cord for the headlamp, for the Garmin, and for my tripod. They all use the same micro USB, so this will work really well for that. And then inside of the Ziploc bag where I have all of my electronics stored, I have another silica gel packet, and that's going to absorb any moisture so it's not getting into the components of my electronics and possibly damaging them. All right, and now for my tripod. This is the MPOW. I've been really happy with this. I picked this up in January on Amazon, and I liked it so much that I picked up a second one. And it has a little remote here that is Bluetooth compatible with the iPhone. And this just slides right into this little pocket here. So I have it stored in the tripod, and if I want to remove it, I can do so. Then it also has some feet, so I can twist this around, make sure they're all set, and lock it in. And then it stands upright, and it expands about 31 inches long. And it packs down to about 6.5 inches. There's a spot on the back for a GoPro camera if you choose to use that. And then the other side is for the iPhone. And that just pulls up. There's some rubber grip on both ends that wrap around the phone. And then there's a light, which is really bright. I actually use this for filming myself in a hammock at night in one of my recent videos. Comes in really handy. It's USB rechargeable too, and the remote is USB rechargeable, micro USB, so I can use that same cord to charge all of these. And the battery capacity for this is 55 milliamp hours, so it doesn't take a long time to charge, and it lasts a really long time. I can also angle it while I'm filming, and you'll see that in some of my videos. I've actually used this tripod for a lot of my videos recently that you'll see on this channel. All right, so those are the items I will have in my Ditty bag, my electronics, and some smaller items that I will be bringing with me for this year's Allegheny 100 Challenge. If you have any questions on any of the items that I showed in this video, feel free to get in touch with me in a comment below, or you can contact me at reachyoursummit.net. I hope you found this video helpful. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, consider doing so, as I'm always adding new content to it. And if you like this video, hit the like button. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the trail.